any integral, any definite integral, so it may be proper integral or improper integral, is said to be converges, is said to converges to some value, means the value of that integral should be finite. If the value of the integral, this integral, if it is finite, then we can say that the integral is I converges to that finite value. Otherwise, we can say that it is diverges. So just to see this problem, first you have to find out the value of this integral. So if you are getting some finite value, so then it will be converges to that value. Otherwise, sometimes it may, if you are getting infinity, means you can say either it converges to infinity or diverges to infinity also, you can say that. So the finite value you should get to say it is converges. So first you have to find out the value of this integral. So if it is finite, then we can say that it is converges to that finite value. So now just to tell me formula, what is the formula of integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Anybody? Integration of 1 by 1 plus x square. What is the integration formula? Anybody knows the formula? Integration of 1 by 1 plus x square. Yes. Pawan. So without knowing the formula, you can't solve the problem. What is the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Am I audible, guys? Am I audible, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, tell me, anybody remember what is the formula of integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Nobody remember? Nobody knows the formula, integration of 1 by 1 plus x square? Vignesh? So the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square is tan inverse x. Where the limits varies from 0 to infinity. What is the value of tan inverse infinity? So if you applied the upper limit, means it will become tan inverse infinity minus tan inverse 0. What is the value of tan inverse of infinity? Anybody? What is the value of tan inverse of infinity? What is the value of tan inverse of infinity?
So,
What is the value of tan inverse of infinity?
0, sir.
Tan inverse of infinity is 0. Tan inverse of 0?
5.
Yes.
Pi by 2.
Which one? Which one pi by 2?
Tan inverse of infinity, sir.
Tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2, right? So tan inverse of infinity is pi by 2. Because tan 90 is infinity, right? So if you apply reverse means tan inverse of infinity will become pi by 2. And what is the value of tan inverse of 0?
0 degrees. So,
Yeah, tan 0 is 0, so that means
0.
tan inverse of 0 also will become 0. So now pi by 2 minus 0 means it will become pi by 2. So that means D option is the right option. So the integral I equals integral over 0 to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square dx converges to pi by 2. So D is the right option. Is it clear?
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
First of all, I think I'm having little bit network issues. So if you are not responding means I will get confusion whether it's a network issue or you are not responding. Like that I will get confusion. Okay. So even if you don't know also, just you tell me. Okay. So then I will tell the formula, anything, whatever need. The integral minus infinity to infinity 1 by 1 plus x square dx converges to. So because you already knows the formula of 1 by 1 plus x square, what is the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square?
Tan inverse of x.
Tan inverse of x, right? So if you have taken the integration of 1 by 1 plus x square as tan inverse x means the upper limit will become infinity, lower limit will become minus infinity. So we know the value of tan inverse of infinity.
Pi by 4, sir.
Yes,
Pi by 4, sir. Answer.
pi by 4. No, let's check pi by 4. Okay. So first one will become tan inverse of infinity. Do you know the value of tan inverse of minus infinity? Anybody?
Minus pi by 2, sir.
Minus pi by 2, not.
Tan minus.
So here you have to apply the, before solving this one, you should apply the property of definite integral. So is it the function is even function? The integrand. So the function is what? F of x equals 1 by 1 plus x square, right? So the function is f of x equals 1 by 1 plus x square. Is it even function? What is the condition for even function? What is the condition for even function?
F of minus x is equals to f of x.
F of minus x equals f of x. Okay, so just I'll write it in smart board. 1 minute. Guys, once again it's disconnected. Here little bit network issues there. So just f of x. The condition for a function to be even function is f of minus x equals f of x. So that implies, so just to take this integrand as a function f of x equals 1 by 1 plus x square. 1 by 1 plus x square. So now if you replace x by minus x means what will be the value? F of minus x will become, the same function will get 1 by 1 plus x square. So that means the integrand is even function. So if it is function is even, so then we can apply the property of definite integral. So by using the property of definite integral, that is minus a to a minus integral over minus a to a f of x dx equals f of x dx equals 2 times integral over 0 to a
x dx.
f of x dx. Right. So now you know the value of 0 to pi by t integral over f of x dx in the first problem, right? So first problem, so just you can write that value directly, 2 into pi by 2. Is it right? So last function value we got it as pi by 2. So now 2 will get cancelled. It will become pi. Understood, Vignesh?
Okay. Okay, sir.
So pi means the final answer is pi means which will be the
None of them, sir.
none of these is the right option. Okay. Understood all of you this problem?
Yes, sir.
So next one, can you find out these two just to try? So fill the blanks. So that means the value of this integral and this integral. What will be the value of these two integrals? Just to try it. So whatever we applied the procedure or concepts for the second problem, the same concept you can apply here also. Based on that, just to evaluate these two integrals and tell me the value of these two integrals. So that smart board, once again, it's disconnected. That's the problem. So here, if I want to write in keyboard, what is that? Mouse itself means it will be difficult to write. So once if you get the answer, just let me know. The same procedure, whatever we applied here, the same procedure you are going to apply for these two integrals. The thing is, you should know or decide whether the integrand is even function or odd function. If you come to know, that means you can find the value, required value easily. First you decide in the integrand, what is that, in the integral minus pi by 2 to pi by 2 sin x dx, just to check whether the integrand is odd or even function. The same procedure you apply for the second integral also. Property of definite integral.
Sir, option B.
B 0 0. Right?
Yes, sir.
Any other?
Sir, option B.
Option D.
B, sir, 0 0.
B only. Okay. Anybody else?
Option B only, sir.
Yes? Pawan?
Option B only.
B only. Okay. So just to tell me, is it sin x odd function or even function?
Odd function.
Odd function. Okay, so that means the value of this one will become 0. Right. So we know that if the function is odd, so then minus integral over minus a to a, integral over minus a to a, f of x dx will be equals to 0 when f of x is odd. When f of x is odd function. And it will be equals to 2 times integral over 0 to a f of x dx when the function is even, right? So now sin x, if you took, means sin of minus x is minus sin x. So that means it will be equals to minus f of x. So that's why you can directly write by using the property of definite integral, you can write this value as 0. So that means it may be any one of the option. We can't decide based on first value itself, because all are having 0, right? So all three options are having 0, but last option is not having 0. None of these is there. But if it is any value, if all these three options are not matching with the option, means then you can select the last option. So now let's check the second integral value. So here cos x, is it even function or odd function?
Even function.
Even function, exactly. So then it will become 2 times 0 to pi by 2, 2 times integral over 0 to pi by 2 cos x dx. What is the integration of cos x? What is the integration of cos x?
Minus sin x.
Minus sin x, huh? I know this thing. That's why only I have written that minus. Derivative of cos x is minus sin x, but integration of cos x is not minus sin x. It will be just sin x. 2 times sin x, where the limits varies from 0 to pi by 2. What is the value of sin pi by 2? It will become 2 times sin pi by 2. Upper limit is sin pi by 2. What is the value of sin pi by 2? Yes?
1, sir.
1. And sin 0?
0.
0. So that means it will become 2 times 1 minus 0. So that is 2. Which is the right option?
0, 2.
0, 2. So where you made mistake? One. While writing the formula, you made mistake or what?
While taking the integral.
Taking the integral itself. Okay, this property you made mistake.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just you remember, this is the property, main property of the definite integral, that is integral over minus at f of x dx will be equals to 0 whenever the integrand is odd function, and it will be equals to 2 times integral over 0 to f of x dx whenever the function is even function. So based on that, we can evaluate this one. So almost all, any problem you may go through this integral calculus. So what is that? Most of the cases they will ask the question based on this property of definite integrals. So next problem, just to see, evaluate integral over minus 1 to 2 1 plus mod x dx. So just to tell me how we can evaluate this one. How we can evaluate?
Consider 1 plus mod x as something, sir.
1 plus mod x. Mod x, so can you integrate in between minus 1 to 2 directly without splitting the function?
We can split, sir.
How we can split?
Minus 1 to 0 and 0 to 2.
Yeah, minus 1 to 0. What will be the function of function value mod x?
1 only, sir, it will be.
1 minute. Sorry for the interruption, students. Just I put a call regarding that smart board because it will be difficult to write here in mouse itself. So now just to see here, you have to integrate this one plus mod x. So between the integral minus 1 to 2. So according to the, since the integration is linear, so that means you can split this one first. Integral over 1 plus mod x means just I will split this one minus 1 to 2. First function 1 with respect to x plus integral over minus 1 to 2 mod x dx. So because, so just we have to, so this, the value of the function mod x will be different in the, for the negative values and positive values. So that's why I splitted this integrand first. So one part 1 dx and one more mod x dx. So now we can find out the first value of the integral. So that is value, integration of 1 is what?
Sir, x.
X, right? So the way where the limits varies from minus 1 to 2. So now we have to, we can't integrate this one directly because we don't know the exact formula for mod x, integration of mod x. First you have to split this one in the interval minus 1 to 0, minus 1 to 0. So that means the for all negative values. So what will be the function? Mod x will be equals to
Minus x.
minus x dx plus integral over 0 to 2, the function mod x will take the value x dx. So now you can integrate this one easily. So if you apply the limits means it will become 3 plus, so here integration of minus x is minus x square by 2 minus x square by 2, where the limits varies from minus 1 to 0 plus, so here it will become x square by 2, where the limits varies from 0 to 2. So apply the upper and lower limit. So it will become 3. So upper limit will become 0. If you replace the x by 0 means it will be 0. Upper limit will become 0. So minus sign is already is there. So just to take outside. So minus sign I took outside. So while applying the lower limit, once again you have to take the minus sign. So then it will become plus. So it will become 1 by 2. Minus 1 square means it will be 1. So that is 1 by 2 plus. So here it will become x square by 2 means 1 by 2 is constant. You can take it out. So it will become 4 minus 0. Right. So which will be 3 plus 1 by 2 means what is the value? 3 plus 1 by 2 is 5 by 2. So here 2 ones are 2 twos are 4. So that means it will become plus 2. 5 by 2 plus 2 means it will be 9 by 2.
9 by 2.
Right. So 9 by 2 means what is the value? Answer?
By
Here we made mistake, right? So this is 6.
6. So it's 1.
Also, you'll get
Yes.
final answer 11 by 2.
7 by 2, right? It is 1 minute. So if you may, so just simplification. So 3 plus 1 by 2. 3 plus 1 by 2.
2.
It will become 3 plus 1 by 2 plus 2. 3 plus 1 by 2 plus 2 means it will be 5 plus 1 by 2. 1 by 2, what is the value of 1 by 2? 0.5. 5 plus 0.5 means it will be
Sir, 11 by 2,
5.
sir. 11 by
What?
2, 5.5.
E is the answer, sir.
Yeah, B is the right option, 5.5. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So next problem, x square e power 1 by x. So just to think how we can solve this definite integral, x square 1 by x square e power 1 by x. Just to think and tell me. Otherwise you can solve also.
Substitution method, sir.
So what will take substitution?
1 by x.
Yes, 1 by x, exactly. So just to take 1 by x as some another variable s or t, anything. So and you continue and tell me the final answer. So if you took 1 by x equals t means just you have to find out the first derivative of that one, and then you have to change the, if you are going for substitution means, so the corresponding limit values also you have to find out. You have to change the limit values and then you have to evaluate that one, then you will get the required value of the integral. Whenever you are going to substitute a substitution method, you have to find out the dx value as well as you have to change the limit, corresponding limits also. After getting final answer, just to tell me. If you are in a proper manner means definitely you will get one of the option. If you made any mistake means definitely you may not get what's that even one of the option also, one case, or you even if you get also you may get different answer, wrong answer. That's also possibility will be there. Can anybody get the answer? Hint is just you have to take the substitution in place of 1 by x, just to take t. Then find out the derivative, that is dx values, derivative value find out. And then corresponding limits also you have to change. Once if you change the corresponding values, just to integrate. And then find out the value, so that will become the required value. Connected, sir. Okay, I will solve it on board.
Okay, sir.
So just you help me to note down the integral. So the PDF is not visible, right, for you guys?
No, sir.
No, it's not coming on you. Smart board, it's not connecting. That is the problem. So e power 1 by x square, e power 1 by x, right?
Yes, sir. Integral -1 to 1.
Minus 1 to 1. So just to try to understand, so it's difficult to write in mouse. With respect to x, they missed the dx. So Kirtana told, what substitution we have to take?
X equal to t.
Equals t. Right. 1 by x equals t means, so what's the derivative of 1 by x, Kirtana?
So -1 by x square, sir. Dt.
Minus 1 by x square, minus 1 by x square dx equals the derivative of t is dt. So that means in place of 1 by x square dx, we can write minus dt. So now we have to find out the corresponding limits also. We have to change the corresponding limits. If x equals -1, what is the lower limit? X is -1. So if x equals to -1, then what will be the corresponding value of t? Corresponding value of t. If you put x equals 1, -1 in this relation, what will be the value of t?
-1.
-1 itself. So now you put x equals 1. So then you find out the corresponding value of t
1 only, sir.
will be 1. Right. So this will become, the limits will become same, -1 to 1. E power 1 by x means we can write it as t. So because we have taken in place of 1 by x t, and in place of 1 by x square dx, we can write minus dt. So that's why I'll write the minus sign outside, e power t dt. So now we can integrate this one easily. So what's the integration of e power t? What's the integration of e power x?
E power x only, sir.
E power x only. So that means it will become e power t only. So minus sign outside, minus sign is there. That's why I have written minus sign outside. So where the limits varies from -1 to 1. So now you apply the upper and lower limit. Minus of e power 1 minus e raised to -1. So if you multiply it by the negative sign means it will become 1 by e raised to -1 means we can write that one as e 1 by e minus, if this will become e 1 by e minus e, or you can write e power -1 minus e. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So just I'll move on to that PDF. Which is the right option then? So what we got, answer 1 by e minus e, right? So which
So
one is
minus
this answer? Yes. Which one?
option B, sir.
Option B, right? So we can write this one as, so if you cross multiply, it means it will become 1 minus e square by e. So if you felt you made some mistakes, if you made what is that negative sign mistakes means instead of picking the B, you will pick the C option. Okay, so that's why even if you you should be what is that guarantee with your signs also. If you made a little bit positive sign, negative sign mistake also you may get the wrong answer. Is it clear? B is the option, 1 minus e square by e. Is it clear to everybody?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next I'll move on to next one. So these are the problems just when I gone through the previous year papers. So these problems just I noted down those problems. So the first one is the improper integral over 0 to infinity e power minus 2t dt converges to First option 0, second option 1, third option 0.5, fourth option 2. The limits are 0 to infinity. Can you try this one? So this is one also improper integral. You can do it easily, but you should know the value of e power infinity as well as e power minus infinity. If you know the value of e power infinity and e power minus infinity, you can do it easily. What's the value of e power infinity? Anybody? E power infinity? Nobody knows the value of e power infinity? E power infinity value, what's the value of this one? Is it 0? Is it 0 or what? Kirtana?
Sir, 0, sir.
E power infinity 0, huh? Are you sure, Vignesh?
Sir, e power 0 is 1, e power infinity is 0.
E power infinity is infinity. E minus infinity is 0. And e power 0, anyway you know, so e power 0 is 1. So at least if you remember this one, e power infinity equals infinity means if you take a reciprocal means it will become, whenever e power minus infinity is there, so just you can take reciprocal. We can write this one as 1 by e power infinity. Since the value of e power infinity is infinity, so it will become 0.
So,
Yes?
sir, right now we have CIE 1 internal, sir, for data analytics students.
CIE 1 now.
Yes, sir. 4 to 5 we have. CS department is conducting, sir, for mechanical and other departments and all.
Okay, okay. You attend internal then.
Okay, sir. So today's attendance,
Ranjit V.
Ranjit, which one, bro?
this thing, elective data analytics. Shall I go, sir?
Okay, go. Anybody got the answer? Others?
1 minute, sir.
Okay. How is the audience now, sir?
Sir,
1, sir.
hello.
1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, what's the answer?
1, sir.
1. So others, is it 1?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if you all of you got the answer means I'll move on to next question. If you want, I'll write the solution. Do you want solution of this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. I'll do it on board.
Sir, actually, we'll get -1, sir.
Okay, okay, I'll check. So just help me to note down the problem.
Integral 0 to infinity.
1 minute, 1 minute. Yes, tell me, Dinesh.
Integral 0 to infinity e power minus 2
E power
minus 2t
minus 2t dt, right?
dt. Yes, sir.
Yes. So first you have to find out the integration of this one. What's the integration of e power ax?
E power
Integration of e power ax is what?
e power 2t, sir.
Ax by a. Right? So just to apply here value of a is minus 2. So it will become e power minus 2t by minus 2. Where the limits varies from 0 to infinity. So now minus 1 by 2 is constant, we can take it out. So for the remaining thing, just you have to put the limits e power minus 2t it will become where the limits varies from 0 to infinity. So now
0.5.
0 to infinity means e power minus infinity minus e power 0. Right?
Yes, sir. Minus 1.
So which will be equals to minus 1 by 2 into e power minus infinity. So that will become 0 minus e power 0. E power 0 means it will be 1. So that means
0.5.
right? Is it right?
Yes, sir.
So where you made mistake, I think you made mistake with the
E
formula.
power, yes, sir. E power 2t by minus
E
2.
power 2t means you should take minus 2 downside.
Okay, okay, sir.
Somebody told 1, even he also made mistake. He is not written the 2. Negative, only negative sign he written, I think. Pawan, I think, right?
No, sir. I didn't do.
Who's that? Somebody told 1 answer.
Sir, I only told, sir, 1.
Told. Okay. So just to try to remember integration of e power ax. Next question. So next question is integral of dx by e power x minus 1. So here it's not the definite integral, indefinite integral. There is no limit. Just you have to find out the value of this one. So in case if it is only e power x is there, means you know the formula for integration of e power x. Just you can write it, you can find out it directly. But here, without manipulating little bit, you can't find out the value of that indefinite integral. So just to think and tell me what we can do to find out the integral of 1 by e power x minus 1 with respect to x. What are the possibilities are there? So just to tell me, just to see the problem and tell me what we can do. Any substitution method can we apply or anything we have to manipulate? Just you think and tell me.
So that is e power x minus 1, sir.
Minus 1 is not in power, it's a if it is in power means x minus 1, if it is in power means you would have solved this one very easily. Any idea?
So substitute e power x as x, sir.
E power x as
X, sir.
x you can't take. You should take some other variable in case if you want to take substitution means.
Okay.
Any idea, Kirtana?
No, sir. What if we take it to the numerator, sir?
Numerator is 1, you can take 1 by e power x minus 1. So without manipulating this one, you can't integrate. You have to manipulate, then only you can integrate this one. Even substitution method also will not work for this one.
Yes, sir.
So I move on to solution. What is the function? Integral over 1 by e raised to x minus 1 dx. So here substitution method also will not work out. So just you have to manipulate little bit this one to get the value of this integral. So just what I will do means I will multiply and divide it by e power minus x into e power x minus 1. Can you do it like this? So just I multiplied and divide by integrand by e power minus x. So if you cancel e power minus x means it will be same function, right?
Yes, sir.
So now you multiply the denominator function with the e power minus x. So we can write this one as e raised to minus x by e power minus x into e power x. It will become e power 0, right?
Yes, sir.
E power 0 means it will become 1. Minus e raised to minus x. If you multiply 1 by e raised to minus x means it will become e raised to minus x. So with respect to x. So now can we go through the what's that substitution method? Can you apply in this stage?
Yes, sir. E power minus x or something.
Yeah, what you will take substitution? So you take full whole denominator function 1 minus e raised to minus x equals some t. Now differentiate this one, no need to find out the derivative because it's the indefinite integral. So just differentiate this one minus derivative of e raised to minus x. What it will become?
Sorry. Minus e.
Minus e raised to minus x dx, which is equals to dt. Right. So minus into minus will become e raised to minus x dx equals dt. So just to substitute this value, it will become in place of e raised to minus x dx we can write dt, and in place of 1 minus e raised to minus x we can write t. So what is the equation of 1 by t dt?
Log t.
Log t, or you should tell t to the base e or ln t. Okay, so in case if you are telling log t means what's that base e. Okay, so if they are not mentioned base means it's understood that it will be log to the base e. So now we got log ln t. So what's the value of t? T is ln of 1 minus e raised to minus x. Right?
Yes, sir.
So further you can, if you want to manipulate means, so let's see. So just to remember this final answer, by seeing the options we can decide. So in case if you want to manipulate a little bit more means, we can manipulate. Just remember ln of 1 minus e raised to minus x. Is there in the option?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Option D.
Which option?
D.
D option.
D, sir. D.
Yeah, D, right. Ln of 1 minus e raised to minus x plus c. That will be the right option. So in case if it is not there means little bit just you have to what's that multiply or you have to take reciprocal like that. You have to manipulate to get the right option. So just to see the next problem, the value of the integral over 0 to 1 sin inverse x whole square divided by root of 1 minus x square dx is, just you have to find out the value of this one. So I think it will be easy for you guys because you know the substitution method. So just if you have gone through the substitution method means you can get the answer for this one. Just to try out to find the value of this integral. So can you guess what you have to take substitution? What substitution you have to take for this problem?
Inverse of x, sir.
Inverse of,
Sin inverse of x.
yeah, sin inverse x, you have to take substitution. Sin inverse x equals sum t. So because the derivative of sin inverse x is what?
Sir, derivative of sin inverse of x.
Derivative of sin inverse x,
1 by root of a square minus x square, sir.
you are telling sin inverse of x, x by a. So sin inverse x means it will become simply sin 1 by root of 1 minus x square.
Okay, sir.
So the exact function is there. So that's why it will be very easy to evaluate. So just to take the substitution sin inverse x equals t and then find out the derivative of that one. So after that, just you have to change the limits also and then evaluate.
So what will be the derivative of sin inverse of x, sir?
Derivative of sin inverse x is 1 by root of 1 minus x square.
Same. The,
Yeah. Anybody got the answer?
one minute, sir.
Okay.
Sir, today's attendance, sir.
I'll take. I have taken snap. I'll enter in that.
Sir, can you add me to the WhatsApp group, sir? This is my first class.
Is it? Huh? Ask your department coordinator. They will add.
Okay, sir.
Your number, no?
Sir, I have already informed them.
Okay. Then they will add you to group.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So pi cube by 64, sir.
Pi cube by
64, sir.
64. I think not right. Anybody got the different answer? Any other answer? Let's check. I think it's not right. Pi cube by 64. The problem is sin inverse x
Whole square.
whole square by
Root of 1.
1 minus x square dx. What are the limits?
0 to 1.
What are the limits?
0 to 1, sir.
0 to 1. 1 minute. Taking substitution sin inverse x equals t. Then if you differentiate this one, 1 over root of 1 minus x square dx, which is equals to dt. If x equals 0,
T is equal to 0, sir.
t will be sin inverse of 0. If x equals 0 means t will be sin inverse of 0 means that also will be 0. Now if x equals 1, t will be equals to sin inverse of 1. What's your left? Sin inverse of 1?
Pi by 2.
Pi by 2. Exactly. Pi by 2. So now we can write this one as integral over 0 to pi by 2 t square dt. In place of 1 by root of 1 minus x square dx, we can write it as dt. So it will become t square, which will be
T cube by 3.
t cube by 3, where the limits varies from 0 to pi. So now you take 1 by 3 outside and apply the limits for this one. It will become pi cube by 8 minus 0, which will be cube by 24. Right?
24.
It's pi cube. I'll write
By
it.
24. Okay, sir.
It's not 20, 64. Clear to everybody?
Yes, sir. I got the answer. Yes, sir.
Yeah, A is the right option. So, two more problems are there. So, let x be a continuous variable defined over the integral in the interval minus infinity to infinity, and f of x equals e raised to minus x minus e raised to minus x. So, that second function e raised to minus x, it's in the power only. Then the integral of f of x, that is integral over f of x is equals to first option e raised to e power minus x, second option e raised to minus e power x, third option e raised to minus x, fourth option e raised to minus x. Just you have to find out the value of that integral for the function f of x, where function f of x is given by e raised to minus x minus e raised to minus x. So the whole function is in the power only, exponential power. So just by using the substitution method, you have to find out the solution of this one, right? Can you be able to find out the solution by using substitution method? Is
Yes,
it?
sir.
Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay, try it by using substitution method. In case if you are not getting, I'll solve.
Sir, here we have to substitute e power minus x as what, sir? T, sir.
Yeah, e power minus x, you take it as t.
Sir, do the problem, sir.
Okay. What is the function? E raised to minus x
Minus e.
e raised to minus x dx. Is it right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now we have to make the substitution. Before that, we have to little bit manipulate this one. I will write this one as e raised to minus x into e raised to minus e raised to minus x. Can you write like this? Can you write?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Sir, but you can write directly, no, sir.
No, directly.
Oh, no, no. Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
We need to directly.
Means you have to write, we can write that one as e power a plus b.
Yes, sir.
Right. So now I'll take this substitution e raised to minus x equals t. If you took e raised to minus x equals t means the derivative of this one will become e raised to minus e raised to minus x
Yes, e power minus x.
dt. Right.
Yes.
So that implies e raised to minus x dx equals minus dt. So this will become minus sign, I'll write it outside. E raised to minus x dx means it will be dt, and in place of e raised to minus x, we can write minus t dt. Right?
They are given limits, sir, actually.
You did
Limits they are given, sir, actually.
limits is there.
That minus infinity to minus infinity.
Limits are there. I think not there. Let's check. First, we find out the integral value. In case if it is the limit values are there, means we can check it. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think limits are not there. So now integration of e power minus t is what? Minus e power minus t. So that means it will become e raised to minus t. So now we substitute the value of t. E raised to t value is minus e raised to minus x. Okay. So now, so just to remember this one, in case limit values are there means we have to change the limits also. So just to remember this one.
In the integral they didn't give, sir, but inside they mention like minus infinity.
What, Vignesh?
In integrals, so they didn't mention, sir.
In integral, if they are not mentioned means no need to take the integral. What is that? Limits.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So see, limits are not there. So
Sir, integral minus
function they are given, the function is continuous in that interval.
Okay.
You have to find out the indefinite integral value only. No need to find out the definite integral value. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So which option is matching?
B, sir.
Option C.
Option C.
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got? E raised to minus x, right? Final answer.
Yeah, sir. C, sir.
C is the right option. Okay, last problem based on this integration. So just to try this problem. First you see, in case if you are able to solve, you can solve, otherwise I'll solve it. But the thing is, you should remember a formula exactly, then only you can solve. Otherwise this differentiation and integration is there. So this will be very difficult if you are not remembered the formulas means. No use only without remembering formulas. So preparing this module, no use. Once if you remember the formulas, then only it will be helpful. Will you able to solve this one? Fifth one. Given I equals root of minus 1, the value of I equals integral over 0 to pi by 2 cos x plus I sin x by cos x minus I sin x dx. So that I is nothing but iota and value they are already given, it will be root minus 1. So just you have to find out the value of this integral.
You do the sum, sir.
Okay.
1 minute, sir.
Cos x, just to note down the, what is that column? Cos x plus I sin x by cos x minus I sin x. The limits from 0 to pi by 2. Integral over 0 to pi by 2 cos x
Plus 1 I sin x.
I sin x by
Cos x.
I sin x.
I sin x with respect to x. So he as well as denominator, both functions are complex valued function. Complex valued function. So you have studied already complex analysis in the fourth semester. Even you studied what's that complex analysis, that is analytic function, and then differentiability. After that, second module is complex integration itself. So in that one, either you remembered or not. So just to try to remember, e power I theta means what we can write? Euler's theorem. Euler's formula for the complex number. E power I theta, what we can write? Cos theta plus I sin theta. Is it right? So just to try to glance, so you are already studied in fourth semester. E power I theta means we can write in place of cos theta plus I sin theta, we can write e power I theta. So similarly, if it is e power minus I theta is there means, so just you have to put the negative sign in between cosine and sine. So it will become cos theta minus I sin theta. If you know these two relations, then only you can evaluate this integral. So now according to these two integrals, in place of numerator, what we can write?
E power I theta.
No, variable is x, right?
Ah, yes, sir.
E power ix. So
Ix.
as integral over 0 to pi by 2. In place of numerator, we can write e power ix. And in place of denominator, what we can write?
E power minus Ix.
E raised to minus ix with respect to x. So now shift the denominator function into numerator. It will become integral over 0 to pi by 2 e power ix into e power ix with respect to x. E power a into e power b means we can write that one as integral over 0 to pi by 2 e power 2 ix dx. right?
Yes, sir.
So now, what's the integration of e power 2ax? Yes,
By 2.
is it right? E power 2ix by 2i. So the value of a is 2i here. The constant part is 2i. So that's why integration of e power ax is e power ax by a. So that's why it will become e power 2ix by 2i, where the limits varies from 0 to pi by 2. So now we have to apply the upper and lower limit. So to apply the upper and lower limit, first I will take the constant outside. So if you put constant outside means it will become e power, so 2 will get cancelled, e power I pi minus e power 0. So e power I pi means, so according to this one, e power I theta, what we can write e power I pi means we can write that one as, so this should see this top, cos plus
Plus I sin pi.
I sin pi. What's the value of cos pi?
1 sir.
Minus 1.
-1.
And sin pi is 0. So that means it will become minus 1. E power I pi value is minus 1. Just to substitute that value, it will become 1 by 2i into minus 1, and e power 0 means it will become minus 1. So now you can take minus sign outside. It will become minus 2 by 2i. So this 2 will get cancelled. So we are getting minus 1 by I. In case in the answer, given answer, if it is 1 by minus 1 by I is there means we can select that option. Otherwise, in case if it is not there means, so the main value of the iota is I equals root minus 1. So that is
Yes, sir.
I square equals minus 1. I square equals minus 1 means we can write this one as I into I equals minus 1. That implies I equals minus 1 by I. In case in the given answer, if it is minus 1 by I is not there means, you have to select another value of that one minus 1 by I, that is I. I is the another value of minus 1 by I. Is it clear this much?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so just I'll close this board. Which is the right option?
C.
Minus C is the right option. Right. So minus 1 by I is not there. That's why you have to select I. I will be the right option. That is C is the right option. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So 4:30. So just I'll start the complex analysis. So because little bit we discussed what's that continuity, limits, differentiability, and integration. That's why if you've gone through the complex analysis, it will be easy for you guys. Continuity will be there. So just I'll start the complex analysis. So we know the number system is, which starts from the set of natural numbers. What are these natural numbers? What are natural numbers?
1 to infinity, sir.
1 to infinity. The counting numbers are nothing but natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, so on, up to infinity. But infinity is not included in the set of naturals. So keep on going. There is no end for the set of natural numbers. It starts from 1, but there is no end. Okay. So now, after that, next set of numbers is set of whole numbers. So to this set of natural numbers, so just only one number you have to add. That is 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, so on up to infinity. Only one more number we added to that set of naturals. So that is nothing but set of whole numbers. So next set of numbers is set of integers. What is the set of integers?
Positive and negative numbers.
Positive as well as negative. Just we can write this one as 0, comma plus or minus 1, comma plus or minus 2, comma plus or minus 3, plus so on. Okay, so these are nothing but set of integers. After that, set of rationals which is denoted by capital Q. Set of rationals. What are rational numbers? What are rational numbers? So this one is very important. If you know the relation, what's the difference between rational and irrational, then you can get towards even in number theory we'll use these concepts. What is that? Rational and irrational so many times. What are rational numbers? Anybody?
That point, sir.
Point. Okay, I'll write values, numbers, just to tell me whether it is rational number or irrational number. So just to see board, out of these three numbers, which is the rational? Any rational number is there, or all are irrational number? So irrational number we will indicate by Q complement. A number which is rational, definitely it will not be irrational. A number which is irrational, definitely it will not be rational. So now just to tell me, out of these three numbers, any rational number is there? Just to, what's that term? Bifurcate which and all are rational and which are irrational. If you want, I'll tell the definition also. Do you want definition?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So rational numbers means any number of the form P by Q. Any number of the form P by Q where P comma Q belongs to set of integers. P by Q belongs to set of integers with Q is not equals to 0. The only one condition is that Q should be non-zero and P and Q both should be belongs to set of integers. Then we call that as rational number. For example, 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 10. 10 is also a rational number because we can write this one as 10 by 1. So P value will become 10 and Q value will become 1. So this is also rational number. 1 by 5, 10 by 3. Any number which is in the form P by Q where P and Q are set of integers with the Q non-zero. So we call that type of number as rational number. Irrational means a number which is not rational. A number which is not rational. A number which is not rational is nothing but irrational number. Is nothing but irrational number. Is it clear? Definition now?
Is equal to 0, then
Hmm?
if denominator Q equal to 0 means irrational, sir.
No. If it is not in that form means then it will be irrational. Example for irrational numbers are root 2. Is it in the form of rational number form?
No, sir. No, sir.
No, this is the irrational number. Root 2, root 3, 5, E.
5 square.
Which one?
Sir, 5 square, sir.
5 square, that also will become irrational only. Okay, so now tell me these three numbers, which is the rational and which is the irrational. Just to
All are rational, sir.
all are rational.
3.14 is irrational, sir.
Irrational, okay.
3.33 is rational, sir.
Okay.
2.78. That is also rational only, sir.
Rational only. On what basis you are telling, what's Vignesh? So I think 3.1412 you are telling irrational because you
The
need
pi value, sir.
pi value. Yes, exactly.
3.33 will be like
Will be like what? But both in you may observe in all the three numbers, there is no what's that final value. It's keep on moving, keep on going, right?
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So then how will conclude which is the rational and which is the irrational? I will conclude.
So all three are irrational.
Yes, Kirtana.
All three are irrational.
All three are irrational. But we here mentioned pi is the irrational number. Okay. Oh, exactly. Oh, you are based on that. You are telling all numbers are irrational numbers, right, Kirtana?
If it is rational, it will have a definite end.
Oh, definite end. Okay. So just you tell me value of 10 by 3. What's the value of 10 by 3?
3.33 only, sir.
3.30. Exact 30.
3.33, sir.
3.3333333. It will continue up to infinity.
Means 3.3 bar, no, sir.
3 point? No. Here we know we should not. What's that? What's that? You are rounding off, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't do rounding off because we are not going to find out the approximate solution. Whenever you are going to apply the numerical solution, in that case you should round off. Okay. So now let it be 3.33 only. In that case also it's keep on moving, and 3.1412 also it's keep on moving. So 3.3333, we can write that one as in terms of 10 by 3. Rational form 10 by 3 means, then how it will become an irrational number? So we can.
It's a rational number, sir.
This is the rational number.
Hmm.
Kirtana, why it will be rational?
Yes, sir.
So now first one, 3.1412. Is it rational or irrational?
Irrational, sir.
Irrational, because this is the pi value. So that's why it's irrational, right?
Yes, sir.
So third one, then exactly this is right answer only, it is irrational. What about the third one?
Irrational, sir.
Rational. Rational or irrational?
Rational, sir.
It's not rational, it is also irrational.
Which value, sir?
Third one is irrational. The reason I'll tell. So in the second one you observe, it's also goes on to infinity. But we can guess what will be the next digit. It's always 3 only, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But in the first and third one, we can't guess what will be the next digit. It may be anything. Numbers in between infinity to infinity, 0 to infinity, right? It may be anything, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
So, but in the second one, we can guess all the values will become 3 only. If it is repeating after decimal, if the numbers are repeating, then we can say that it is a rational number. In case if it is not repeating, then we can say that it is irrational number. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the set of up to this set of irrationals. After that, bigger set is set of reals. So set of reals means, so this is the bigger set which includes rational number as well as irrational number.
Rational numbers.
Now, rational number and irrational number is nothing but set of reals. It includes all the type of whatever we discussed till now. It includes every set. This is the biggest set. Even if you considered irrational, that is also real. Even if you considered rational number, that is also real. If you considered integer, that is also real. If you considered whole number, that is also real. If you consider natural number, that is also real. So this is the biggest set. After this set of reals, so one more number will come, that is set of complex numbers, which will be indicated by C. So that is nothing but Cartesian product of set of reals. Cartesian product of set of reals is nothing but complex number. So the main form of the complex number is x plus iy, where x comma y belongs to set of reals. It may be anything, it may be rational or irrational or integer or set of naturals, anything. So the thing is, it should be both x and y should be real, where I equals to root of minus 1, because this one has iota value is root of minus 1. Both real x and y should be real, should belongs to set of reals. So in this one, this x be called as real part,
IY.
and this y be called as imaginary part. You should not consider what's that iy. You should consider only y, that is the coefficient of I is nothing but imaginary part. Is it clear?
Sir.
So now, based on this, what's the concept? Important concept is analytic function. You may remember this word, analytic function, because in fourth semester almost all one module is based on this analytic function only. So just you have to find out the real part of the complex value function, or whether to check whether the function is analytic or not. So you have already solved so many problems based on this concept. In this complex analysis, so this is the main concept, analytic function. Analytic function means this is a continuation of continuity as well as differentiability. Okay, so analytic function means, so definitely it will become continuous function and differentiable. So the same procedure, continuity and differentiability, whatever you studied for the real valued function, the same procedure you have to apply for here also to check the continuity, but you will check by separating the real and imaginary part. If the real and imaginary part of the any complex valued function, if it is continuous, then you can say that the whole function is continuous. The same procedure you can apply for differentiability also. Analytic function means it is the extension of differentiability. That is, in case if you want to check the differentiability of any function, means you will check at some particular point. Function means you should check at the same time. For example, if you take one function which define this, means you should check at these neighborhood points also. Function will become analytic function. Best example for this one, 1 by x. 1 by x, is it differentiable?
Yes, sir.
It is differentiable everywhere except which point? Except is it function defined at x equals 0?
No, sir.
The function is not defined at x equals 0. The function is not defined means definitely it will not be differentiable at the point x equals 0. That is the only point where the function is not differentiable. That means the function will be analytic apart from 0. So just I took one real function. So then you'll come to know. So like this we can consider what function? 1 by z. Z definitely will be analytic function. So like this we can check the analytic of this. So actually, so if you are going through this method means, so it will be very difficult to check the analyticity of the function. That's why, so we will study what will be the necessary and sufficient condition for a function to be analytic. Anybody remember what are the conditions? Anybody remember? Yes, anybody?
Sir,
in
That-
CR equations? CR equations? I think you heard this word, right? You are familiar.
Sir.
So can you define what are CR equations?
Sir, that f of z equal to u plus iv.
Yes, exactly. F of z equals u plus iv is a complex valued function. Then, yes, I'll define. If f of z equals u plus iv, which is a complex valued function where u and p are both real valued function, then the function is said to satisfy the CR equation if it satisfies the condition dou u by dou x equals dou v by dou y and dou u by dou y equals minus dou v by dou x. If the function is satisfying these conditions with respect to the partial derivatives, so then we can say that the function is analytic, because it's very difficult to check the differentiability of the function at each and every point by picking the points. So it's very difficult. Instead of checking like that, we can check whether the function satisfies these conditions or not. In case if it is satisfying these two conditions, then we can conclude that the function is analytic function. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's 4:50. I'll continue in next class. So next week I'll complete this one, complex analysis. So it will be easy also if you prepared what's that continuity differentiability means. So definitely this will be easy, complex analysis. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, students. I'll give attendance. I have taken snap of the participants. You don't worry, I'll give attendance.
Thank you, sir.
Shivraj is a new person. You are from which department, Shivraj?
Sir, mechanical, sir.
Mechanical. Jason,
Sir,
hold my number and otherwise ask your friends to add it to group. They are already in group only.
Sir, that link is not there, sir.
Link is not there. Huh? Even
Yes,
I'm
sir.
not the group admin, I think.
Yes, sir. I'll tell sir to add him.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, today that's all, sir.
Yeah, I'll continue in the next class. It's already 4:15. Huh?
Okay, sir. Attendance, sir.
Attendance I'll give. I have taken snap.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, students.
Thank you, sir.
So just to leave the group meeting. So because someone is host, I'm not the host, to end the meeting.